Hello students, I am Bhajan and welcome to the Idiotics online platform. In the Idiotics, we have a vision turning your purpose into prosperity. So in this regard, we are starting our online lectures. First is on the animal physiology, that is on digestion and absorption. This is a topic of +1 and it carry a good weightage in the NEET. So let's start. What is the nutrition? So nutrition क्या हुआ? The food we take, it is used for growth and repair. First of all, why we are taking food? As already mentioned, किसके लिए चाहिए? Growth के लिए चाहिए, repair के लिए चाहिए, metabolism के लिए चाहिए. So then what is nutrition? The nutrition is sum total of all processes by which we obtain nutrients for growth, repair and metabolism. So what are these processes? The processes are ingestion, that is the intake of food, then it's a breakdown of food, digestion, and then from the digestive tract to the blood, that is called as absorption, and then finally utilization by the body cells, it is assimilation. तो अगर बॉडी को फूड को एसिमिलेट करना है तो सबसे पहले तो आपको फूड लेना पड़ेगा, फिर बॉडी उसको ब्रेक डाउन करेगी, फिर बॉडी उसको एब्जॉर्ब करेगी और फिर बॉडी उसको यूज़ करेगी किसके लिए? फॉर ग्रोथ, रिपेयर एंड मेटाबॉलिज्म के लिए. Okay, now when we talk about food, we say the nutrients are of two types. One is called as the macronutrients and other is called as the micronutrients. The same classification, if I take for the food, then I'll say the food is for food जो है that can be categorized into two categories. One is called as the proximate principles of the food and second is called protective principles of the food. And if we categorize it by the name of nutrients, then nutrients can be categorized as macronutrients and other is the micronutrients. So macronutrients and we have micronutrients. So in nutshell, if I say, if I take nutrients, then the micronutrients are nothing but the protective principles of the food, and macronutrients, they are proximate principles of the food. Now let's do in detail what is this. So coming to our next slide, the difference between macronutrients and the micronutrients, or I can say the proximate principles of the food and the protective principles of the food. The proximate principles of the food, they are required in large. So macro means large. Micro, they are required in small or trace amounts. Now, these macronutrients or the proximate principles, they provide us energy for metabolism and form bulk of dry weight. So they give us energy for the metabolism. यानी वो हमारा रॉ मटेरियल है जिसको बॉडी ब्रेक डाउन करती है और एनर्जी ऑब्टेन करती है. They also form the bulk of dry weight. Means if a person is 60 kg, that means it is approximately having 70% of water and its rest weight is called as dry weight. तो आपका जो dry weight है वो सारा यहाँ से आ रहा है. Micronutrients, they provide energy and play role in metabolism. Metabolism के लिए raw material ये है, लेकिन उस metabolism को होने के लिए we need them. The examples are proteins, carbs and fats. Here we include minerals, vitamins and the water. So water जो है, water is the medium for all reactions to occur. तो सारी reactions के लिए आपको जो medium चाहिए, that is your water. Okay, so now come to this. We say proteins, carbohydrates and fats, they are the macronutrients or the proximate principles of the food. Why we say like this? Because whatever the energy we are using, the main calorie we are using, out of that approximately 40 to 65% calories, they come from the carbohydrates. 20 to 40% is from fats, and 10 to 35% it should be fulfilled by proteins. So that is why ये जो आपका ऑलमोस्ट मेन कैलोरी का रेशियो है कि भी कितनी कैलोरी हमें किससे चाहिए, दिस इज व्हाट वी कॉल कि बैलेंस फूड किस हिसाब से देखा जाता है. ओके, सो द अगर माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स की डेफिशिएंसी हो जाए तो इट कैन लीड टू द डेफिशिएंसी डिजीजेस. फॉर एग्जांपल स्कर्वी, it is due to deficiency of vitamin C. Rickets, due to deficiency of vitamin D. Night blindness, it is due to deficiency of vitamin A. So now I would like to mention over here why we say इन्हीं की वजह से deficiency disease हो रही है. नहीं, इनकी वजह से भी हो जाती है. For example, protein energy malnutrition. There are two diseases for this, Kwashiorkor and marasmus. We will discuss little bit later on in our coming lectures. I just wanted to tell you over here कि macronutrients की deficiency से भी diseases होती हैं. But if this is required in trace amounts, let's say if they are requiring in 10 micrograms, और अगर ये घट के आपका 5 माइक्रोग्राम रह गया, ये तो ऑलरेडी माइक्रोग्राम्स में है, तो इसकी जो एविडेंसी है, I mean इसका जो एविडेंट, it will be more evident. Whereas for this, if it is, let's say if you are taking 40 gram of protein and if you are taking, let's say 20 gram of protein, that it will not make a very much visible difference. Over here it will make a visible difference. So that is the basic difference why we are taking more into this. Now next, if I say that the role of vitamins and minerals which are playing in our body, इसमें से जो रेशियो रहती है वो आपका थोड़ा वेरिएबल रह सकता है. कुछ बिल्कुल ही आपको माइक्रोग्राम्स में चाहिए, कुछ मिलीग्राम्स में चाहिए, और समथिंग लाइक दिस. देन वी कम टू आवर नेक्स्ट. व्हाट इज द holozoic nutrition? In my first slide, I have already told you that we have the different steps like ingestion, digestion, absorption, and assimilation. Now, holozoic literally means when we are taking through mouth. So that is, first step is ingestion, then mechanical and chemical breakdown of the food, that is digestion, then the transport of food from the lumen of intestine to we are giving it to the blood. So this is capillary. This is basically absorption, and then the utilization of that food for growth and metabolism by the body cell, that is called as assimilation. And the removal of undigested material जो body नहीं use कर रही, that is called as egestion. Now in the next slide we are going to talk about the intracellular and extracellular digestion. I would like to mention over here, ये जैसे हमारे पास एक अमीबा है, अब हमें ये बात होती है कि एक माउथ है तो हमारे में है. No, even in the unicellular organisms like amoeba, we have a temporary mouth. When a food particle is approaching, or amoeba is approaching to the food particle, there is a temporary formation of the mouth, that is invagination. This is what we call as phagocytotic vesicle. इस तरह से एक वेसिकल बनेगा जब ये फूड इसके अंदर आ जाता है और ये पिंच ऑफ हो जाता है. तो ये वेसिकल बना और पिंच ऑफ होके, दिस इज कॉल्ड फूड वैक्यूल और फेगोसोम. Then it comes in contact with the lysosomes. Over here if you see, this is the food vacuole is formed, it is coming in contact with lysosomes, then the digestion and absorption हुई, फिर उसी मटेरियल को यूज़ करके अमीबा ग्रो कर रहा है और जो नहीं यूज़ हुआ उसको उसने इजेक्शन कर दिया. The main point for mentioning here, all the processes are taking place in the unicellular organism like amoeba. So now what is the need of digestion? Why we need digestion? Reason is, whatever the food we are taking very complex food, and body cannot take that complex food, so it needs to convert it into simple absorbable form. For it, it needs mechanical breakdown, that is with the help of muscles or muscular movements, as well as the chemical breakdown, that is enzymes and other juices are used for it. Fine. So कॉम्प्लेक्स को आपने सिंपल एब्जॉर्बेबल फॉर्म में चेंज करना है, इसके लिए आपको क्या चाहिए? डाइजेशन चाहिए. नाउ आई हैव ऑलरेडी मेंशन्ड ओवर हियर द डाइजेशन कैन बी कैटेगराइज्ड इंट्रासेलुलर और द एक्स्ट्रासेलुलर. एक्स्ट्रा मीन्स आउटसाइड, cellular means cell, or intra means inside, and cellular is cell. That means this is taking place inside the cell. तो यहाँ से एक चीज़ आप ये देखिए, अभी हमने मेंशन किया कि अगर सेल के अंदर इस तरह से फूड वैक्यूल बन रहा है और वो लाइजोसोम्स वगैरह की हेल्प से आपका डाइजेस्ट हो रहा है और फिर वो फूड आपका एब्जॉर्ब और एसिमुलेट हो रहा है और जो बच गया उसको बॉडी बाहर निकाल रही है. हियर सबसे पहले तो सिंगल सेल ऑर्गेनिज्म है तो फूड हैज़ टू बी वेरी वेरी स्मॉल. सेकेंड थिंग, ऑल द प्रोसेसेस इफ इट इज परफॉर्म बाय द सिंगल सेल, that means you cannot expect that much efficiency, but of course processes are all going on. Here extracellular digestion, why it is beneficial? Because if you see, this is the gut or tract, here is the cells, and here comes the food. The enzymes are poured over the food and it has been broken down into small absorbable form, then which is taken by the cells. तो सेल के अंदर नहीं हो रहा, बाहर हो रही है. So that is why of course आप large food particles ले सकते हैं इसके लिए. You can have bigger food particles. If we have the mouthful of the bite, mouthful bite, let's say burger हमने खाया और एक बहुत सारा बाइट लिया, तो आप ये सोचिए एक अमीबा कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू डू दैट, बिकॉज जितनी एक बर्गर की बाइट है उसके ऊपर तो पता नहीं कितने हज़ारों ही अमीबा आ जाएंगे. सो दैट मीन्स यू कैन टेक अ लार्ज फूड पार्टिकल्स. Here it's a very very small food particles or maybe microscopic also. Now, so extracellular and intracellular, what is the basic difference between? Some of the difference I have already mentioned. It is taking inside the cell whereas it is taking outside the cell. Here it is less efficient because cell has to perform all the function. Here it is more efficient as different parts of gut and alimentary canal performing the different functions. I can use the term regional differentiation. Regional differentiation. What is that? Means the different parts of the alimentary canal are meant for performing the different functions. तो किसी एक के ऊपर बहुत बर्डन नहीं आ रहा. Everybody is designed or everybody is is specific to perform some specific function. So that means efficiency is going to be increased. Large food particles can be taken and very small or even microscopic food particles can be taken. It takes place in the unicellular organism and it takes place in the multicellular organism. तो हम ये बात एक चीज़ देखने वाली है कि जैसे जैसे हम unicellularity से when we moved towards multicellularity, जो डाइजेशन थी वो आपकी इंट्रा से कहाँ चली गई? एक्स्ट्रा में चली गई. ओके, तो यहाँ पे एक और बात मेंशन करना चाहूँगी. इवन इन द मल्टीसेलुलरिटी, जब हम डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनिजम्स में देखते हैं तो डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनिजम्स में जैसे हमने यूनिसेलुलर से शुरू किया, यूनिसेलुलर में हमारे पास इंट्रा आया, सो दिस इज इंट्रासेलुलर डाइजेशन. ओके, जब हम यूनिसेलुलर से आगे गए एनिमल किंगडम की बात करें तो सबसे पहले स्पॉन्जेस आते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स स्पॉन्जेस आर जस्ट एग्रीगेशन ऑफ द सेल्स, तो उसके अंदर भी आपको सिमिलर इंट्रा ही मिलती है क्योंकि हर सेल अपना अपना फंक्शन परफॉर्म कर रहा है. इट्स अ सेलुलर लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, नो टिश्यू, नो ऑर्गन सिस्टम. बट व्हेन वी मूव टुवर्ड्स द सीलेंट्रेट्स, और आई कैन हैव एग्जांपल ऑफ हाइड्रा. तो हाइड्रा में आपको और सीलेंट्रेट्स के अंदर आपको इंट्रा भी मिल रही है एंड एक्स्ट्रा भी मिल रही है. मतलब आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ से चेंजेस शुरू हो गई हैं. और जब हाइड्रा के बाद व्हेन वी कम टू प्लेटीहेल्मिन्थेस, से आई हैव एग्जांपल ऑफ प्लेनेरिया, तो वहाँ पे आपको अब क्या शुरू होगी, एक्स्ट्रा. मतलब जैसे जैसे कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बढ़ती जा रही है, अब एक्स्ट्रा पे हम आ चुके हैं. नेक्स्ट, ह्यूमन डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम. That was a brief introduction. Human digestive system consists of alimentary canal, that is digestive tract. We also call it as gut. We also call it as GIT, gastrointestinal tract. Okay, and the associated glands. Now, what are those associated glands over here? We have 3 associated glands: salivary, then we have the liver and the pancreas. 3 glands are associated with this tract. So 3 glands are associated with this tract. तो अगर हम यहाँ बात करें, इस तरह से ये बैक साइड से आ रहा है, ये और समथिंग लाइक दिस. सो ये देखिए, ये जुड़ी हुई हैं उसके साथ, इस तरह से दे आर एसोसिएटेड ओवर हेयर. नाउ दिस इज वेल डिपिक्टिंग दिस. दिस इज योर माउथ टू एनस. दिस इज योर ट्रैक्ट. सो ट्रैक्ट स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम एंटीरियर माउथ and ending up posteriorly at the anus. The salivary glands are associated with your buccal cavity, and your liver and pancreas, they are associated with your small intestine. इसके अलावा, so salivary, pancreas, liver. Apart from this, we do have a gastric glands, and we have crypts of Lieberkuchen, that is the intestinal glands. They are the part of the lining. इसी lining में कुछ modified cells हैं जो कि glands में convert हो चुके हैं, तो वो inbuilt part हो गया इसका. So they are not associated, they are inbuilt part. So next we have just a quick knowledge check कि हमने क्या पढ़ा, so that is a kind of reinforcement we have. Okay जी. So coming to this, which of the following statement is true? First of all, intracellular digestion is present in unicellular organism. Yes, this is right. Mind you one thing, whenever you do the objective questions without reading all the choices, don't answer, because we are really, when we know the answer, we are so prompt in answering कि oh ये तो मुझे आता है. No, you need to wait, because sometimes the answers are of quite closely in their options. So we have extracellular digestion is less efficient. No, it is more efficient. Both intra and extracellular digestion are equally efficient. No, you know, this is more efficient. Both and B. So our answer goes for A. Then another question. Sum total of all processes. हाँ जी, क्या था जी? शायद मेरे बोलने से पहले आप ही बोल लेंगे. Sum total of all processes by which we obtain nutrients is called as nutrition. No digestion, absorption, assimilation, nutrition. Or one thing more, if you really want to reinforce your subject, तो what if the 4 options are there, उसी टाइम पे दिमाग में आना चाहिए हमने पढ़ा क्या था, so that वो आपका recap हो जाएगा. Energy providing food doesn't include fat is energy providing, minerals are not, proteins are yes direct energy providing food है, और carbohydrates are there. तो answer goes for minerals. Then okay, so we have some of the knowledge check questions जो हमने अभी डिस्कशन करी है कि किस तरह से हमें, तो आज का लेक्चर यही वाइंड अप करते हैं एक क्विक recap के साथ. We have done the definition of nutrition, then we have done about what the macro and micronutrients, what is extra or intracellular digestion, and what are the digestive glands associated with the human digestive system. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Hope you find it helpful for yourself. And अगर ये अच्छा लगा तो क्या करना है? Like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Stay safe.